Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, traders from across the globe. Welcome to Short-Term Trading Live with Oscar. This video is being filmed on Sunday evening. That's 09/27/09 for Monday's trading. Okay, traders, first things first, we've been talking about a September that would make us go higher instead of lower. We are now at the 28th of September. You know what, traders? Even if the last 2 days this thing cracks, that is pretty good analysis, right? September stayed up all month. The last couple of Septembers were horrible, but this one worked. The analysis stayed firm. The market stayed firm through the entire month of September. Of course, there's 2 days left. We'll see what happens. All right, traders, what else do we have going on? We're looking at parallel channel support being tested in the S&P and in the Dow right now as of the filming of this video. We are also going to look at something else. It's a pattern as far as I'm concerned, but for you traders out there that look at Japanese candlesticks, it's also called a long-legged doji. I am not a big fan of candlesticks, but when I see this very same bar or formation or long-legged doji, I usually react to it. In the euro currency, we had a doji set up. Again, I'm not a candlestick trader, so please don't take this wrong. But a lot of you who do trade candlesticks will know it as a doji. But for me, it's a formation. I see this set up in the euro currency. And before I get a chance to do much else tonight, I immediately set up a trade and I put it out as an omni trade. Traders, I got to say, we broke a record this evening because it's still Sunday evening. I put the omni recommendation out about an hour ago for the euro currency. We were stopped out with a loss before I could even flash update my OmniX and tell them what happened. We got in and it just broke and it didn't work. But I'm going to show you this formation anyway because it does work more often than not. Again, we got in, we got stopped out so quickly, I didn't even have a chance to blink. So it did not work in this occasion, but I don't want you to shy away from it. So I'm going to show you that trade setup as well in the euro currency. All right, traders, listen. We've had 2 down days in a bull market. You might want to call it 3 because that first outside reversal day 3 days ago did come out to be a little bit lower, but you don't consider that a big down day. Friday we had the big down day, and we'll see. Well, actually Thursday we had a pretty decent down day. Friday we had another down day, and now we'll see if the support will hold. Because what happened? Those couple of down days in the S&P brought us right down to channel support. Very interesting. That's what we were hoping for. So with no further ado, traders, let's go to some charts. Okay, traders, what we are looking at is the euro currency December daily bar chart. And here, and I will redraw it for you, is something called a long-legged doji, or it's a chart formation that I like to follow. After a quick down day or two, usually you get a rally right out of that. What it looks like, basically, is it's a day where you had an up and down day and the settlement and the close, or I should say the open and the close, are at the same level. And that's called a long-legged doji. Here's your leg on the upside, your leg on the downside. It did nothing as far as open and close is concerned. So we see one here, and the next day you get a big rally. Well, we see another one here after a quick drop, and the next day you get rallies. Well, we have one here right now this evening posted as of Friday. So when the markets open up for 09/27 Sunday evening or 09/28 Monday morning, you're looking at that very same formation, which has produced rallies in the past. And many times when I see that, traders, it's usually coming at a point where the market is ready to turn. So we have a trade set up, or I should say had at this point, a trade set up in the euro currency to get long and see if we get another one of those rally days. But sadly enough, we had a stop, which got stopped out, and we are out of that trade already. But I do not want you to shy away from it when you see a day that looks like this. This is the open, this is the close, this is the high, this is the low. When you get a day that looks like that, that's almost always a turnaround event. As you can see here, it worked well. Here it worked well. This time it did not, but 3 other occasions in the past that I researched, that very same formation gave us a rally the next day. So very interesting. For those who did get stopped out in that trade, the stop wasn't very large, but still it was a bad trade. Sorry to hear that. Do not shy away when you see that formation, traders, but you must make sure it is after a little bit of a down move. Okay, so that is the euro currency, and that is that trade, the long-legged doji that we are looking at, or I should say we're looking at. Now I'd like to show you some parallel channel support being tested in both the S&P and the Dow. Okay, traders, the next chart you have before your eyes now is the December daily S&P bar chart. Each one of these green lines represents 1 day's worth of trading. We have been trading smartly within this parallel channel for quite some time. Previous test held. This test held. We are testing there right now as we're filming this video. Market is trading around 1037. This spot comes in between 1036 and 1034 or 1033. Somewhere right there is this. So you have like 34 to 1033 or 1035 to 33, 36 to 33, whatever you want to call that. Right in that area, there is some support being tested. And even if it breaks through a little, traders, it's okay to break through a channel a little bit and then come right back up into it. The S&P has been quite bullish. We've only had a couple of down days after many, many up days. So let's stick with it. Let's stay with buying dip mentality, and let's see if that is going to hold. Now, we are not going to react on this trade until some time passes between tonight and tomorrow. We're going to collect some data and see if we do hold. But if we do, traders, I think we're going to end up buying into this dip. Let me show you now the Dow chart. Okay, traders, we are now looking at the Dow Industrials daily bar chart in a strong parallel channel. As of Friday's close, as you can see, it tested right here. Did not break through it so far. This is a pretty strong and long-lasting parallel channel. And if we could stay above it or even dip through it slightly and head right back up, we have another leg of this rally. Now, traders, this was support, and it goes back for a long time. It was support, became resistance because it went through, went back up, became resistance again, then got above it and became support, became support, became support. And if we do go back down and hit it, not such a bad problem because, look, we've had a major rally. If we pulled back to support and it held, that would be okay as well. So I don't know that that will actually happen, but you are looking at a market with pretty strong structure right here. Pullbacks are welcome. Pullbacks will be purchased. Parallel channels work really well. Again, we're not just going to jump right in. We're going to let it test and tell us if we should be long or not. Do your homework, traders. Pull your parallel channels and certainly go look for your long-legged dojis in that euro currency because those are pretty good formations that you can almost always count on. Do your homework, traders. I'll see you at the site. So, traders, you see the charts? You see those parallel channels? I really hope it holds. We'll see what happens. Again, we're not jumping right in. We're going to sit and use some patience here and see what happens. Let the markets come to us. Don't forget that long-legged doji that I showed you. Go take a look for that. You'll find it many times in currency charts. And you'll find that a lot of times you get a rally after that. So don't give up on a formation just because 1 out of 3 times it did not work. Basically 1 out of 6 times. I've seen it 6 times. 1 time it didn't work. So hey, that's a good one. Even though it didn't work tonight, I'll go for it next time I see it. And you should as well. All right, with those parallel channels, it really bodes well with what we were expecting. Traders, a couple of days pull back. And boom, we run right into a parallel channel. If in fact on Monday it holds, likely we're going to have to be buyers again this week. We will see how that develops. I will keep you posted at the site, no doubt. Now, traders, last week we held, of course, our bi-weekly trading contests, right? In our trading contests, we give out a simulator. It starts with $10,000 simulated cash, and our traders trade the markets. And at the end of the week, we see how they've tallied up. And of course, we give out cash prizes to those traders. We have 3 winners from last week's contest, and let's go, baby. You traders did very well. Okay, first place, Maverick UK. He started with $10,000. He ended up with $20,563 on his week. Very good. So, you got something to say?
Yeah, sorry, they're up more. If this says 20, that means...
Oh, so he started with 10 and he's up to 30.
That should be 30 right
Oh, very good. So wait, Maverick, even better. You made $20,563 in the contest for a week's worth of trading. In second place is Oshai. He made himself $14,888 last week in the simulator, following the markets and running the contest. And in third place is Jay Kung 1 with $7,038 profit on top of the $10,000 he started with. So go on there. Have we paid them already? All paid? You've already been paid. Your contest results. Thank you so much for participating. This week, sign up for the contest. Practice with your simulators. Next week, the contest will begin once again. Make sure you come on down to the site and sign up. All right, traders, not much more I want to do in this video. I got a lot more studying I'd like to do and see where these markets are. So I will see you at the site. Make sure you come on down to www.livewithoscar.com. Don't trade alone. There's thousands of us Omniacs. Hundreds hover in those rooms every day, and we will be there to help you get through these markets. So make sure you come join us. Don't forget, traders, a stop is your best friend. Speaking of earlier this evening's trade in the euro, if our stops weren't where they were, we'd be looking at 30 more points of damage already on the euro. So go stops, because that's what they're for. A stop is absolutely there to knock you out of a trade if it goes the wrong way. Preserve your equity. That is what we do. We make sure every trade we do has proper risk management involved, and we know where our stop will be before we ever get in. Make sure you trade the same way. All right, traders, again, I'll see you at the site. Give me a call anytime, day or night, 702-629-4755. And as always, keep your emotions out of trading. One of the best things you can do to help yourselves with that is to say this to yourselves every morning, every afternoon, every evening. And you know what that is? Stops are in. Emotions are out. Futures trading is risky and can cause substantial financial loss. We do not claim or guarantee that you will profit from the information provided. That being said, I'm a 27-year seasoned trader on and off the trading floors. This is how I've made my living for many, many years.